Okay, day of confession. Yawn. Mhm. Mm. 43. Loscani absently crushed a cigarette into the ashtray in front of him as he read the Italian translation of a fact sent down from Tagliara, Taglia, Taglia's office. It was a notification from a special agent, David Harris, in the FBI's Los Angeles office that Byron Willis, a senior partner in Harry Edison's Beverly Hills law firm, had been shot and killed outside his home the night before by an assi- assailant or assailants unknown. The, mo- the motive appeared to have been robbery. His wallet, wedding ring, and Rolex watch were missing. Los Angeles homicide detectives were working on the case. An autopsy was pending. Further no- information would be forthcoming. Sắp mày quê. Loscani laid a hand over his eyes. What the hell did this mean? What the hell did this mean? Without more information, he had no choice but to take the murder as a coincidence, but he couldn't. It was too close to what was going on. Still, what would be the purpose of killing Harry Edison's partner? Something he knew about Harry. He knew something he knew about Harry or Father Daniel. Loscani typed a response memo on his computer and sent it to his secretary for translation and transmission to Harry's FBI Los Angeles. In it, he thanked the FBI for their cooperation and asked to be personally personally kept ever advised of new developments, suggesting what he was certain the FBI was already doing, that they questioned close friends and business associates of Henry Edison to see if there was some universal trait, a common knowledge, some all might share, and then to put them on alert for their own personal safety. His full length as he finished it was Valentina Goli, the speech therapist and lip leader he had brought in to analyze the Harry Edison video. She had viewed it a number of times and was downstairs. Did he have time to join her? Did he have time to join her? Harry's face was frozen on the large video screen as Loscani entered, took Valentina's hand and kissed her on the cheek. Valentina Goldley was 52, red hair, recently a grandmother, and still very attractive. She had a degree in speech therapy from the University of Leuven in Belgium and studied mime in the French theater in the 1970s and afterward worked as an actress dubbing foreign soundtracks for the Italian film industry, while at the same time consulting on speech and speech patterns for both the Carabinieri in the Italian police. She had also grown up in the same Romance neighborhood as Loscani and knew his entire family. Moreover, when she was 22 and he was 15, she had stolen his virginity just to show him he wasn't as much in control as he thought he was. It was a relationship they carried to the present. Besides his wife, she was the one person in the world who could look him knowing, knowingly in the eye and make him laugh at himself. I think you're right. It looks like he is about to say something or is trying to say something just before the tape ends. But I'm not sure he wasn't just looking up. Turning the remote toward to toward the screen, she touched The past still bottom. Harry's mouth began to open as the tape inked forward, and Loscani heard his voice grow with the slow motion sound, and then they reached his last verse. He finished, started to relax when his heart made an awkward and a bird a bird moved with his mouth open. That was when the tape ended. It, it almost looks like an eye. There was a slow hissing sound, like wind being expelled by an inner, inebriated gent, giants, inebriated, inebriated giant. I watched Loscani was locked on the screen and Harry's frozen image. I'm not so sure he wasn't just finished and tried and was simply going to let out a breath. No, he was trying to say something again, Loscani said, and Valentina played it over in stop motion, slow motion, at half speed, and then no more. Each time Harry reached the same point, there was the brief hissing sound, and then the tape was over. Loscani looked at her. What else? How many thousand films have you seen? You must have other ideas about what's going on up there on the screen. Valentina smiled. 1,000 ideas. Othello. 100 scenarios. But I can only go from what I see and hear, and from that we have a dry man with a lamp on his head who has done what has been required of him and would like to rest, maybe even sleep. Loscani turned abruptly to look at her. What do you mean require of him? I don't know. It is just a feeling. Valentina winked. Occasionally, we all do things of required of us when our heart isn't entirely in it. We are not talking about sex. Valentina Lascani said flatly. No, this was no time for Valentina to break through of his veneer, and she realized it. Othello, I'm not a psychologist, just an old boy who's been around a little. I look at the screen and see a tired man apparently speaking his mind, but who sounds more like he's doing what He thinks somebody wants like a shy, reluctantly carrying the dishes, carrying the dishes off the table so he can go out to play. You think he made the tape against his will? Don't ask me to draw conclusions from the air. Othello is far too difficult. Valentina smiled and put a hand on his. It's not my job anyway, it's yours.